Hey friends, welcome back to Simply Home and Harvest. I'm Jen, and today we are outside enjoying a beautiful morning. We are finally getting some sunny days and some days in the 50s, 60s. Again, it feels wonderful. I know that we are still in the middle of winter and we've got to be patient, but I could not wait to get out and to get some garden projects started. So today I'm going to start some geranium seeds. I'm also going to repot some indoor plant flower cuttings that a friend gave me. And then we're gonna end the video today by making a simple and delicious potato soup. So if you wanna fast forward, if you're just here for that potato soup, then I'm going to leave the timestamp for that up here somewhere so that you can get to that point. But if you're here for the journey, then stay with me and watch me start these geranium seeds and just enjoy this beautiful day with me. And then at the end, I will show you what our geranium seeds look like as of today. It was such a beautiful day outside on this day, and I could not wait to get out there and just do some work outdoors. And I wanted to get started on starting our seeds for the spring 2024 garden season. So that's just what I did. I'm going to start some geranium seeds today. And I got this little tub off of Amazon. It's one I have been wanting for a long time, and they had a great deal on it. So I went ahead and snagged that, and it has come in handy so far. So I use a seed starting mix. This is Miracle Grow seed starting mix. I don't use an organic one for my flower seeds. I do though for anything that we're going to consume, like vegetables or herbs, anything like that. So the first thing I do is just get my soil very moistened, and you see I have a mister there that I was using, and then we are going to sow some geraniums. Now if you're interested in these particular seeds, I can link them for you down below. I am starting out with a geranium mix. This is my first time ever starting geraniums from seed. So because this is a first time experiment for me, I decided that I would just go with something that might be a little easier to grow, and a mix seemed to be the thing to start with. So there's no particular variety here. I don't know if I'm going to get pink, white, red. I'm not sure. We're just going to probably get an assortment, and that'll be fun to see what comes up. But I have 3 trays here, and I had 100 seeds in that pack. So I ended up putting like 2 seeds in each cell, which gave me 48 cells. And then that was, I sowed all 100 seeds. I'm going to switch up my mic for a second. It sounded like I was having some feedback in the video, so I apologize if that sounded a little rough. What I was saying is I've had 100% germination with my geraniums, which has been so exciting. So if you're looking for something that will sprout quickly, geranium seeds are definitely one that does that. Several other flowers too, but it's just really fun when you see all of that work already start to produce. I also have some cuttings from some house plants that a friend gave me. So we are going to pot those today, and hopefully we'll have the same kind of success with those. I will show you at the end of the video what everything looks like. So hang on for that. But I thought that I would just let the video roll, put some music with it, and just let you enjoy this beautiful day outside starting those seeds. So I am not the greatest when it comes to houseplants. I am managing to keep a couple alive right now, but it is not my specialty. I definitely prefer the outdoor variety of plants. So I'm just going to tell you what I know. And when you're given a cutting, you want to look for a node or a bloom, or I guess a bud is another word for it, that is coming out. So you want to cut like right below that so that that bud can be down in the dirt. And that is where your roots are going to produce. That will allow your plant to continue to thrive in the soil, grow new roots, and then thus, grow a new plant. So that's what we're doing so far. I only have a couple that look good now, sadly. But I really just don't have great places in my house to put them. But they looked great. They looked great this day as I was putting them together. So like I said, at the end, I'll show you an update. Okay, friends, we are in the kitchen, and for tonight, we are going to make a very simple potato soup. And when I mean simple, I'm talking potatoes, milk, flour, bacon, some shredded cheese for garnish, maybe some sour cream. I think there's a stick of butter in there. So simple ingredients you probably already have. So gather all your ingredients and make this simple potato soup with me. First up, gonna peel us some potatoes. First thing we're gonna do is get all these potatoes peeled and cut into cubes, and then we're going to boil them for about 15 to 20 minutes, drain everything, drain all the water off, and then we will assemble our soup. Now, once you've peeled and cut up your potatoes into about 1-inch cubes, you're going to put those into a pot, fill that pot with water just to cover the potatoes, and then you're going to let them boil about 15 to 20 minutes until they are fork tender. Now, once they get to this point, it's time to go ahead and drain off your water. So do that very carefully because, of course, that is boiling water. It is very hot. Ask me how I know. So pour carefully into your sink and drain off all of that water. And then you want to cover your potatoes again, but this time with milk. Now, I like to use whole milk, but you could use what you have. If it's 1%, 2%, that's fine too. So you just want to cover your potatoes, and then you're going to bring these back up to a good simmer. So I turn my pot up to about probably 7, and as it's cooking, I sprinkle in flour. Now again, I really don't have a set amount to tell you. I just kind of put it in a spoon and then gently put it in just like you're making a gravy, because what you're wanting to do is you're using that flour as a thickening agent, and you're wanting to thicken up the liquid in your soup. Now, I was thinking if you wanted to do this soup gluten-free, maybe you could use something like a cornstarch instead of the flour, and that way, you would eliminate any of the gluten there. So now it's time to add in my spices. I am adding some minced onion and some garlic powder, and then we're going to get that stirred in. Again, I'm allowing this to cook and simmer and the liquid to thicken up as I add my spices. And then you can add in whatever else you like. I added in some celery seed, and then also make sure you add in your salt and pepper. You can always go back, taste test this at the end. You can adjust your seasoning and add in a little bit more of the salt, pepper, garlic powder, however your palate desires. So I'm going to let this cook and continue to thicken up probably another 15 minutes. And you just want to stir it occasionally so that your potato soup doesn't stick to the bottom. But while we are letting our soup simmer and cook, I am going to make us some grilled cheese sandwiches to go with it. Now, of course, you know I've been on the sourdough bread journey and you've seen my videos maybe by now. If you haven't, you'll have to go back and watch if you're interested in making sourdough bread. But I also really enjoy making a yeast bread that does not include sourdough. And so I did that recently. I did not record that process because it is something I have filmed in the past, but I will maybe make a video on how to make just regular yeast bread coming up soon. So stay tuned for that. But tonight, that's what we're making our grilled cheese sandwiches out of. Just a simple grilled cheese sandwich to go along with our delicious soup. Okay guys, as I was editing the video, I realized that I forgot to show you a very important step in that potato soup, and it was adding the bacon. So I did actually added a bag of the bacon pieces, just as a shortcut. You could definitely cook up your own bacon and add that, but I added it to the soup at the end. So once everything is kind of thickened up and you're ready to almost serve it, I'd say a couple of minutes before the end of your cooking, add the bacon to it. And then of course, garnish it with some shredded cheese. We use sour cream. You could top some green onions. You could put some green onions on top. That would be delicious too. So I'm sorry that I left that very important step out, but I will try to type out the recipe, or really the instructions to that recipe below in the description box. But right now we're in our family room. Yes, you see I still have our winter trees up, but they are coming down soon because I am ready to move on to spring. I'm getting a little stir crazy in here. So I'm ready to get out and enjoy the beautiful days and start working in the garden. Okay, but I want to show you something real quick. So it's been about 2.5 weeks and I kind of move our geraniums around the house to warm spots. This one's not looking so hot. It's kind of leaning over, but this is where we are, guys. Look at this. How sweet. I am so excited that our geraniums are doing so well. Now, they're a little leggy, I guess is the term for it, some of them, which means they're just getting really tall and thin. And once we repot them, which is probably going to be next week, into like 4-inch pots, that will probably help them to thicken out a little bit. But a telltale sign that things are going well and that they are healthy is when you see the third leaf start to pop out. So you can see that right there on this one. Several of them already have that going on. So that is a good sign. And like you can see, each cell has at least one in it. Now I do need to come through here and thin them out, but I didn't want to do that quite yet. And then what I could do too is like pop these in another cell if I had one that was open. But you can see we've even had like a new sprout pop up this week. So I am very pleased with the productivity of these geraniums, and I will definitely keep you posted and bring you along when we pot those up next week. All right, friends, well, I'm gonna wrap it up here and leave you today. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I am getting ready to take a little bit of time off. Tim and I are celebrating our 25th wedding anniversary this week. So we're gonna get away for a little while, and I probably won't get another video up this week, but I've got a lot more content coming for you. So be sure to stick around for that. Hit that subscribe button, give this video a like. And until next time, remember to live simply, use what you have, enjoy the moments you've been given, and I will see you all in the next one.